How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good today. You know, I was so in my feels about today's conversation.
You and I both. I've been thinking about it the
Really?
whole day. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. But you know what? I've known you since you were a little girl. I've watched you grow up. I've watched you go through various things, and I've watched you go through various tough things in your life. And look at you. Look at you. Beautiful as ever.
Everything.
But let me stop talking. Everyone, this is Ayanda Makola. She's going to tell you who she is and who she isn't, and what she is and what she's not. Ayanda, please just tell us about you.
Okay, so like Lisa said, my name is Ayanda Makola. Um, I'm a mom more than anything. My favorite role is a mom. I'm a mom of two people who are adults in child bodies. I am a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a friend. I am an employee, an aspiring lawyer. Um, I am God's favorite child,
There
I
we
believe.
go.
Everything I've been through, I believe He really thinks I'm His favorite. So I'm God's favorite. That's how I'm going to describe myself.
Well, we're going to have to talk about that at some point because I also think I'm his favorite. He often winks at me, you
So we
know.
can share this one.
Yeah, no, we can share.
Share. We have pathfinders.
Oh, my word. um, Speaking of Pathfinders, you sang in church. Um,
Yes.
and I remember, what was it? It was a girl's name, Bianca.
Bianca.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I got to hear you alone. Because I mean, I'd seen you singing in other things, but in a trio, you kind of are singled out, you know? Like, what was that experience like for you?
Sure. Firstly, it was very daunting. Very, very daunting because I
Why?
was very young. I
Um,
was very, very young when I started singing with Bianca. I think I was about 12 or 13. Um, it was Nandi Ongama and I think it was Nandi's mom who had pointed out that, okay, this one can sing alto, so let's pull her in.
mm,
And Nandi and I had a really good relationship at the time. So it
mm.
wasn't a oh my goodness, what am I going to do with these people kind of situation. So she pulled me in. The three of us started singing together. My nerves were shot because I can't deal with big crowds. Um, but yeah, I got used to it eventually. But yeah, it was very daunting at first. And then from Bianca, I moved on to multiple groups. Um, most of them had Ongama in them.
Mm-hmm.
Come to
Mm-hmm.
think of it, he tends to pull people in without them really noticing. Um,
Exactly.
there was Noted, which had Lele Mudiri
Mm-hmm.
also in it. There was Blessed, who had Tabiso Mujapilo in it,
Mm-hmm.
and Sisanda Baba.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness, there was Vocal Union that I also sang with Sisanda Baba and Buisile and Sibusiso Papu.
Mm-hmm.
From Bianca, it was just going on upwards with
Yeah.
all
And
of
the
these
name
groups.
she's dropping.
Well, had to just put it out there.
you know?
I've sang with a lot of talented people, and music has always been a safe place for me.
Yeah, we can identify. We can identify with that.
Definitely, definitely.
Something else that sort of caught my attention when I was thinking about this conversation was the fact that you and I mean, we both know what it's like to sing, to perform, but we also know what it's like to be a supporter, to actually trade that role and be a supporter of someone else. And I'm thinking of tonality days, you know.
Ooh.
Um, I mean, like we were the road crew, we were like the sales people, we were like the management team.
I
Um,
remember the lanyards we used to wear
you know,
that had quality on our chest. We were
you
very proud these days.
yeah, it was a nice experience for me. I mean, I really enjoyed um sorry, being that side of it, you know. But it was also the time when I got to see you, when I got to see you, um,
Yeah,
organized, efficient, someone you can depend on. If something must happen, if you just say it to, we need people like you in the world, ne? I just want to make sure that um,
thank you.
people who can keep the thing going, who can keep things moving, and people who can make something happen, because that's a different story altogether. And that's where I saw that you have that skill. You sorted us out to the lanyards. You just, I was like, oh, okay, I feel like a royalty here. What was that experience like for you? The whole like behind the scenes thing.
Whew, it was fun for me. I love organizing things. I think if you would speak to any of my close friends, they would be able to tell you that if ever we have a just something like a lunch, I'm the one who's organizing it. Um, being able to help with something as beautiful and as, oh gosh, those guys are talented. Those guys are so talented. So being involved in that kind of thing was almost as for me as oh my goodness. So it was very, very inspiring also for me to see them pushing for their dreams. I don't know how many conversations that I'd had with Bino specifically
Mm,
about how what vision he had for tonality. So just my 2 cents of just making things are organized for them.
mm,
It was very, very, very inspiring for me just to be in the front line and seeing everything, how it goes down in their practices, how I can make their lives easier.
mm.
It was very, 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 I enjoyed it. I fully enjoyed it. I would love to do it again. They need to come back. Tell them to come back.
Oh my word, yes, that would be something. That would be something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, tonality had something special, and I felt quite privileged, like you just said, I felt quite privileged to be there for them, you know, to be in their corner. I think that was a special time, and I'll always remember it fondly. Also, from the pictures you will see from that time that there was a lot less of me, but anyway. um so
I remember from behind the scenes.
so a couple of days ago I was cleaning up my inbox on Facebook, my messenger, and I'm very bad, I'm very poor at messenger. I mean, I can basically just keep up with WhatsApp. you know And so I was going through my messages, and I saw this message that was read. I mean, I'd read it, and it was a message from you, and it was sent in, when was it sent? February last year.
Oh, last year, Feb, yes.
And I mean, the guilt that hit me at that moment. I mean, I'd read this message, and so, which means that I'd taken it in, and I had not responded. I felt mortified. So that
Shame, man. No.
that that actually led to me like telling you, it's time for us to talk. So, what was that project all about?
So at the time, just to share a little bit about how I got to starting that project. Um, I was walking home from work. Um, it wasn't very long after I'd gotten back to work after my maternity leave. And on my way home, there was a little girl. Well, she's not little, she was in high school. Um, I think she was about 15 or 16, if I'm not mistaken. And she had her jersey wrapped around her waist. And it's not something, that's shocking to, a
Mm,
typical job situation. But the thing that caught me off guard is that she looked very upset. So I asked her, look, are you okay? Because generally, when it comes to public transport in Johannesburg, I really noticed that people really care about each other there.
Mm.
So I asked her, is she okay? And she said to me, no, she's not, but she will be. So me being me, I'm a nosy person. When at the best and worst of times, I asked her, look, what's going on? What's wrong? Is there any way that I can help you? And she told me that she started her period in class and her classmates laughed at her.
Oh.
So it hit me really hard because she's a little girl who's starting a really important chapter of her life and
Mm.
her peers are mocking her about it. Um, so that was the beginning of the project that I texted you about.
Mm.
What I was doing at the time is that I was asking for help from people that I know, um, for pads or anything sanitary related,
Mm.
or even funding so that I could buy in bulk,
Mm.
for her school specifically, because I mean, we want to do the most we can for everybody that we can,
Mm.
but for her school specifically, because I targeted her,
Mm.
um, just to make sure that that kind of thing doesn't happen again. It really hit me really hard because I just had a daughter. I'd just given birth to a
Mm.
daughter.
Mm.
So I wouldn't want my daughter to go through that kind of thing. And I figured, look, if I can just make a small difference
Mm.
in a girl, two, three, or four girls' lives with that kind of gesture, then my job is done.
Mm. Mm.
So that's how I started the project, where I started asking my friends, people that my parents know, people that my sisters know, anybody who trusted me with their funds, if not buying for themselves and sending them to me, um, anybody and everybody in my circle. Um, so I started asking around. Look, this is what I'm doing. I sent a picture. I sent pictures around to have people see what I'm doing. So it's not a matter of, oh, she's gonna run away with our money. We don't trust this girl. So
Wow.
I started taking pictures around of exactly what I was buying, exactly how I was packaging it, and where I was going, what the school's name was, um, anything and everything, just to get people to trust me so that I could get more out there.
Mm.
Um, so that's how I started the project.
Wow. That's just uh, amazing on so many levels because you are just one girl, one person in the world. It's very easy to think that your difference is like swallowed up in all the massive need that there is. But hey, if your difference is made to one person, it's a difference. That's what I'm experiencing. I was experiencing while listening to you now. So, what was the uptake like?
Initially, there was a lot of response. Who will help? Who will help? But then it started slowing down. When
Mm.
it came to, okay, I am at point A, you can come and deliver. Then I have this to do. I have that to do. And then
Mm.
it started slowing down.
Mm.
Um, to be honest, when it came to the actual delivery, there was a lot less than what I expected.
Mm.
But I kept it going for a couple of months, just as long as I could have for the girls, because
Mm.
now I'd gotten to know them. Because I wanted to have a one-on-one with everybody that I delivered to, just to say, look, you're not alone. This is a different place that you're going into now. I come from there. I'm a girl.
Mm.
At some point, I was your age,
Mm.
and this is a new chapter in your life, and it's not a bad chapter in your life. It's just a different one, and
Mm.
different doesn't mean bad. Different is good. So you're gonna get through it. Day one, they're gonna make fun of you, but making fun of you doesn't make you any less of a person.
Mm.
So I built a relationship with a good number of girls. I think there were about 15 of them that I kept up with. Um, until then, I came back home.
Mm. Wow. So, have you given any thought to starting it here again?
I have, but I think I just need things to calm down on the side
Yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah.
It hasn't been very long since I've been back home, so I think once I've settled back into a proper routine, I think I'll start it up again this side. Yeah,
Mm, Please let me know.
I will. I
Let
will.
me know. Let me be your conscience so that I can make up for missing the Joburg ground. So I'll be the
I will.
first contributor in the Cape Town project.
I will.
Awesome. So, given where you are now in your life, what encouragement or advice would you have for other young adult women?
Sure. Um, I think the biggest thing that I would encourage in ladies my age is that it's okay to make a mistake. Doesn't make you any less of a person.
Mm,
Um, it's okay to realize that you took things into your own hands. I was a control freak at some point.
mm,
I wanted to have things my way or the highway,
mm,
and it hit me. It hit me very hard. um, I've learned lessons from that, and I am back at square one. And being back at square one doesn't mean I've gone all the way back and I've failed.
mm,
This is just a new beginning for me. This is an opportunity to start afresh, to give myself the benefit of doubt
mm,
as well. Um, this is a moment for me to shine the way that God had planned for me to shine, instead of me trying to make myself shine the way I wanted to shine.
mhm,
Um, so I believe this is a fresh start. It's very difficult um, to acknowledge when you've made such dire mistakes, not mistakes that just affect you, but affect your entire family.
mm,
So it's okay to make a mistake. That's the biggest thing that I would like to push in people my age, not just ladies, men as well.
mhm,
It's okay to make a mistake as long as you realize that the mistake that you've made, you come back to God. Look, I know I did this wrong, so I would like to take this walk with you now. Please walk with me. Let's start again.
mm.
And
Beautiful.
starting again is always a good thing.
Mm, mm. Wow. Wow. If if you aren't encouraged by that, I don't know. Ayanda, what I see is a brave, strong woman,
Thank you.
a woman who is valued and worthy. You are seen and you are loved.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We hope to see you again next Monday on Conversations. Thanks, Ayanda.
Thanks, Lisa.
Ciao.